Where you lot going?
La La Land.
For what?
We outside.
It's Monday.
Yeah.
So what's there?
We're outside on Monday.
I can be outside on Monday too.
Okay, you're outside.
Shall I come? Shall I come?
You can get in. Yeah, I think it's at full capacity at the moment. You got a wristband? Can get in.
I can't get in, yeah? I can't get in.
No.
I rushed the doors.
I'm gonna find my door in there.
Found them.
Where you lot going?
La La Land.
For what?
We outside.
It's Monday.
Yeah.
So what's there?
We're outside on Monday.
I can be outside on Monday too.
Okay, you're outside.
Shall I come? Shall I come?
You can get in. Yeah, I think it's at full capacity at the moment. You got a wristband? Can get in.
I can't get in, yeah? I can't get in.
No.
I rushed the doors.
I'm gonna find my door in there.
Found them.
I want to see the girl dancing on my that has a girlfriend right now. Dancing on my that has a girlfriend right now. If you want to forget.
Girls, what we doing tonight? We outside, huh? What we doing? Alright, try me.
All right. Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. Giving double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim, the brethren out there on the highways and byways pushing this truth with 100% sincerity. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. And peace and salutations to the sincere Akwathium out there who believe in this gospel, right? So what you saw right there, you saw Jake. You saw Jake, man, putting his daughters in check, right? Started off, they talking about they going to a party. You know what I'm saying? They doing this, they doing that. They had plans. And the father was like, oh, okay, we gonna see about that, right? And he pops up. Y'all saw he popped up. And his daughters were shook when they seen him. You know what I'm saying? What was his daughters doing? Popping ass, dancing on dudes, doing all kind of wild shit, right? And you got a lot of people who will say, well, those girls are just having fun. They're just being, girls and they're just having fun and doing things that young girls do and shit like that, right? But nah, the father, he did the right thing. Because what the hell you got going on popping your ass on niggas at a young age? You know what I'm saying? What the hell you got going on going to a party thinking it's cool? You know what I'm saying? All kind of shit happen at these parties, man. All kind of things happen. And if you've been out there in the world, you've been out there in these parties and stuff like that, you know what's going on. Motherfuckers are getting popped in the bathroom. People get drunk. Sometimes people get drugged. Sometimes people get raped. And shit like that. And yeah, we was out in the world and everything like that, having fun at these parties, probably getting twerked on too, right? But we know damn well we wouldn't allow our daughters to be out here doing that. Especially being in this knowledge, this wisdom, and this truth. We wouldn't allow our daughters to be out there just doing that, just popping, popping their thing on some young dudes. So the father, he did the right thing. They was in there acting the ass. So he did the right thing. Right? Especially according to the scriptures. Right? Let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to start off with the book of Sirach, chapter 26, and I'm going to go to verse 10. And it reads, if thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. Right? And those girls, they don't give a damn. Those girls, you know what I'm saying? And it's not necessarily always the father. It's the society that we live in. Because, you get a group of people who will probably say, too, well, why does he raise our daughters to think like that? He probably didn't raise them to be like that. But that's the society that we live in. The society that we live in, it promotes that kind of stuff. It encourages young women to get out there and be free, you know what I'm saying, and to have fun and rack up body counts. Because that's what that's going to lead to. It's going to lead to them racking up a high body count, possibly getting pregnant by a dude who don't want to be a daddy because she out here having fun and becoming a single mother, right? Making the father look bad. So he did the right thing. It's like it. He did the right thing. Right? Says, if thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly. Right? Keep her in the house. Keep her in the house. Make sure that, you know what I'm saying, she doing things that a young woman is supposed to be doing. Not out here at parties or day parties popping her ass. Right? And this is going into the law. Right? Let's go to Leviticus. Chapter 21. And I'm going to start at verse 4, right? And it says, but he shall not defile himself, being a chief man among his people, to profane himself. They shall not make baldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard. This is talking about the priest here. Nor make any cuttings in their flesh. They shall be holy unto their power, and not profane in the name of their power. For the offerings of the Lord made by fire, and the bread of their power, of their God, they do offer. Therefore they shall be holy. They shall not take a wife that is a whore or profane. Neither shall they take a woman put away from her husband, for he is holy unto his power. Thou shalt sanctify him, therefore, for he offereth the bread of thy power, of thy bread of thy God, of thy power. He shall be holy unto thee, for I, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, which sanctify you, am holy. And the daughter of any priest, if she profane herself by playing the whore, she profaneth her father, she shall be burnt with fire, right? It was a judgment for the daughters of the priest to play the whore. There was a gruesome judgment for that, right? Particularly for the priest, because, the priest has to be, the priest has to be even more holy than the rest of the congregation. The priest has to represent himself, at a higher standard than everybody else in the nation, right? So therefore, the daughter of the priests, she has to be of a higher standard, because whatever the daughter does, it goes back on the name of her father. As you see here, right? She profaneth her father, she shall be burnt with fire. So whatever the daughter does, that's going to come back on the father. Because everybody's going to look at the father and be like, well, damn, you raised your daughter like this? You raised your daughter to be a whore and you a priest? Nah. Right? Let me skip down to verse 13. And he shall take a wife in her virginity, a widow or a divorced woman, or profane or an harlot, these shall he not take. But he shall take a virgin of his own people to wife. Neither shall he profane his seed among his people, for I, the Lord, do sanctify him, right? Just letting you know again, this is talking about the priests, that, the priests, they are, they are of a different standard. They're held to a higher standard. And the brother in that video, he looked like he could possibly be a so-called Haitian or Levite. You know what I'm saying? So it was a certain way as a priest and as the children of the priest, you got to carry yourself. You can't just carry yourself any kind of way, doing all willy-nilly out here, just like they do in this society out here. Everybody's all willy-nilly, throwing everything around. You know what I'm saying? Opening up your legs to anybody in this society, man. That's just how it is out here, man. But he did the right thing. He definitely did the right thing. Now, it's going to be a quick lesson, right? Let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 7, I'm going to start at verse 23. It says, hast thou children? Instruct them, and bow down their neck from their youth. Hast thou daughters? Have care of their body, and show not thyself cheerful toward them. Marry thy daughter, and so shalt thou have performed a weighty matter, but give her to a man of understanding. Right? So a man is supposed to, or a father is supposed to find a husband for her daughters. He's supposed to give her away to a man that he believes is worthy of handling that responsibility, and not just any old nigga. That's what you're going to find in them parties. You're just going to find any old nigga in them parties. A nigga just looking to fuck. Going up in a raw. Don't give a damn if you get her pregnant or not. That's the kind of shit that you find in them parties. And that type of stuff happens all the time. All the time. She see the dude, she think he cute. He got a nice little swag, nice little body or whatever, right? And she ready to bust it wide open for him. But the father's supposed to be in to check that, because he understands that, hey, my daughters, they got these, women, we if you understand women, you understand women have sexual desires. So what are you supposed to do, right? You're supposed to, that's why men have been put over women. The man was put over the woman because if you leave it to women, as you see here, women are asleep with anybody. Women are asleep with anybody they deem sexually attractive, no matter what he got going on. He could be the bummiest motherfucker ever, but if she think he's sexy, she giving that thing up to him. And she possibly will get pregnant by him. Right? And we'll have to go through that pain and stress and heartache of a bum father, a nigga who didn't even want to be a daddy in the first place, having to deal with that. But that's what you get here in Babylon the Great. That's why we have our laws. Let me go here, Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 5, right? It says, behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great, who hath the Most High so nigh unto them, as the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, our power, is in all things that we call upon him for? And what nation is there so great that have statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law which I set before you this day? Right? So the Lord gave us these law, statutes, and commandments to, one, make us holy, make us separate from all the nations, right? But to put us as well above the other nations. Because our people, they get this behavior and this attitude from the other nations, from the heathen. This is what the heathen do. The heathen partake in having these kind of parties where men and women is dancing on each other, grinding upon each other, getting drunk with the liquor. You know what I'm saying? That's where that comes from. Right? That's why we have the law, statutes, and commandments that we have. So look, I'm going to go ahead and close out with this one. The book of Sirach. The book of Sirach, chapter 42. And verse 9. And it reads, the father waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth, and the care for her taketh away sleep. When she is young, lest she pass away the flower of her age, and being married, lest she be hated. In her virginity, lest she should be defiled, and gotten with child in her father's house, and having an husband, lest she should misbehave herself, and when she is married, lest she should be barren. Keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter, lest she make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies, and a byword in the city, and a reproach among the people, and make thee ashamed before the multitude, right? So it's a certain way that we're supposed to handle ourselves. Certain customs. This is why we have certain customs. This is why we have certain laws, statutes, and commandments, right? We had a structure and a system given us to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah that was here to prevent single motherhood. We had customs to prevent single motherhood. You know what I'm saying? To prevent fatherless homes, to keep the family structure together. But living in Esau Edom's kingdom, you know, that family structure, that system has been destroyed. Which is why we're waiting on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, or Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, to send his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, back to restore righteousness, to restore order, to restore a righteous system back on the planet. Right? And look, the scripture says the father waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth, and the care for her taketh away sleep. Man, he probably was losing sleep over this shit. He probably losing sleep. You know what I'm saying? They may have went out to a party one time before and you know what I'm saying, didn't tell him what was going on or, you know, what was actually there. He probably like, you know what? My daughters don't need to be going to parties like this. Let me go ahead and check them. Let me go ahead and check them. Embarrass them a little bit. Sometimes you got to do that. And look, what at the end, they ain't want to go nowhere. And what he said, yeah, try me. Hey, I applaud that, man. That's what a father's supposed to do. That is what a father is supposed to do, right? But look, that's all I got on that. Lord willing, this video was edifying. Giving our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Shalom.